Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel for the start of a brand new Let's Play. So for those of you who don't know me, maybe this is your first video on my channel, really quick, I am Vivacity. I've been on YouTube for a little over a year now, and I mainly create Let's Plays, and they usually last a decent amount of time, so I spend most of my time on my channel on that, although I do throw in some create a Sims every once in a while. Rarely a build or a decorate if I'm feeling like it, and also reviews of new packs, and obviously Let's Plays of new expansion packs, all that stuff, so welcome. I hope you enjoy yourself. For those of you who have been here before, let's get right into what this Let's Play is all about. So, if you did not see on my website, either yesterday or the day before, I can't remember, I posted a little like teaser, a blog post basically just saying like, hey, there's something, it's like sort of Halloween, sort of spooky themed coming, get ready, it's gonna be fun. And so if you don't already have the link to my website and visit there often, I have it in the description. I definitely recommend you do, because I will be doing stuff like that. I'll also be giving updates on if I ever need to not record for a couple days, or if anything else really exciting is coming. That is gonna be the place to check it out. Now, for the Let's Play that we're actually doing now, it is going to be a very story-driven series, and I want to focus on calling it a series and a mini-series rather than a Let's Play. I know I'm going to slip up on that, because I don't intend this to be a very long Let's Play. I actually have every part sort of planned out, and there's only going to be about 3 or 4, maybe 5 parts. And the reason for that is this is going to be just an October Let's Play. And it's the 7th when this is going up. It's going up on the first Friday in October. And as far as I know right now, this may change, but as far as I know, it's going to be going up every Friday for the month of October. And then the finale will be on Halloween, which is on Monday. So that particular like week or whatever, you'll get the video on Friday, and then a couple days later, you'll get the last video on Monday. So that sort of takes care of the logistics of when this is going to be posted, what kind of series it is. Now let's go into what exactly is going to be happening. So this is obviously a Let's Play about witches. It's called the Fairchild Witches. I don't know why I wanted to say Fairfield there, but it's Fairchild. And they are basically 3 sister witches who have, through some unforeseen set of circumstances, have found themselves in a very modern time in Willow Creek. Now, these 3 Sims, these 3 witches, are from Willow Creek. They grew up in Willow Creek. That's where they lived their whole lives. However, they have lived in a very different time in Willow Creek, in a time where magic was something normal, where witches were normal. They were still a little feared, a little too powerful for regular people, but it was not something out of the ordinary to meet a witch, and it was not something out of the ordinary to live your life with magic and experiencing magic. So they're definitely going to be a little thrown off living in normal Willow Creek with no magic, no powers of their own, and no other witches around them whatsoever. But let's go into who they are first. So that's why we're in Create a Sim. First witch here is Aurora, and I do want to mention really quick that the 3 different Sims I have here, I kind of modeled after The Sims 2, where you can have a very good, a neutral, and then like an evil inclined Sim. So there was the neutral Sim in the middle where you weren't inclined either way, and that is what Aurora is sort of themed after. So she's wearing a lot of brown, a lot of red and green. I don't know why, I just really like this outfit on her, so I did pick it. It is from the Spooky Stuff pack, which I'll be using a lot in this Let's Play, in their clothes, in their house, and you'll be seeing a ton of that. So Aurora is very neutrally themed. She is very much sort of the go-between for her other 2 sisters, who are obviously the good and the evil witch. She really can lean either way. She'll do really good things, and she'll also do not so great things, just because she doesn't align herself either way, and she loves both her sisters equally. So she is creative. She's a goofball. She's a little quirky, a little weird. She's also a music lover, and I had a hard time picking that last trait because I really want her to be a lover of all things, like humanities related, I guess, which is why I threw the creative trait in there. So she's gonna love reading, she's gonna love writing, and obviously, you know, we'll have to get her used to a computer. She doesn't know what that is, but she also loves music. So she'll be playing the violin a lot. She doesn't have any skill right now. All their skills have gotten wiped clean since this random transition they don't understand to the new world. So she will have to start over and all of that. But that is the kind of sim that she is going to be. And now if we move on to the oldest sister, who is Elena. Elena is obviously the good witch. She wants to be a friend to everyone. I also forgot to mention Aurora wants to find her soulmate. That is her goal. Don't know if we'll achieve it, but that's what she wants. Elena wants to be a friend to the world. So she is a good sim, obviously. She's very cheerful, and she's also family oriented. In her mind, the family is the most important thing. She will not neglect others because of her family. She very much believes that every single life has a value to it, and that she needs to be aware of that, and she needs to protect all lives at all costs. And she also is aware on top of that, that to her family dynamic is most important, and also that in other situations, other families should be really important. So she very much celebrates the family, I guess, and celebrates the family dynamic, no matter what it is, no matter how traditional or untraditional the family dynamic may be. She is all for family. And then if we go to the last sim, Lorelei, she is the evil witch. So she wants to be a public enemy, not surprising. She's jealous, evil, and also a loner. Now, she does love her sisters. Do not get her wrong. She has a great love for her sisters. She does, however, have a pretty off relationship with Elena, just because they do clash heads so often. That doesn't mean that she would ever want anything bad to happen to her sister. She just disagrees with her. She thinks that she's wrong about all of the things she believes in. She thinks that, maybe someday she'll be able to convince her to be like she is, but she's never going to want to hurt one of her sisters. Other people, though, she doesn't care about at all. So that is where the loner trait kind of comes in, although within her family, she still does like to be, kind of locked up in her room alone quite a bit. Doesn't really need to interact all the time. And even though she does love her sisters, she doesn't need to be around them constantly. So those are our three sims, our three witches. They are wearing obviously pretty old time, very spooky witchy things. They do have some other outfits that I will show you guys as we progress with this mini-series that correlate more towards the modern world, but they haven't really gotten there yet. This is literally their first day. I'm going to go into live mode now. And this is literally their first day having landed here, and I say landed because their house literally, in their minds, dropped down from the sky. It's a very strange situation. So they're not going to be acclimated to this new setting at all. They're not going to be used to it in the slightest, at least not for a couple parts here, or at least this first part and the next part. I also do want to mention, as you can probably tell from the timestamp of this video, that since this is a mini-series and there are so many few very numbered parts, they're going to be a bit longer. Also, random side note, I'm sorry if you can hear my cat rolling around in the background. She's being kind of a spaz right now and just throwing my shoes all over the place and jingling her little bell as she runs. So that's what that is. But anyway, back to what we're doing. Yeah, it is going to be a bit longer. I'm planning on having them about 45 minutes right now. If this runs a little over because it's the first part, oh well, not gonna fight it. But right now, we are in Willow Creek. This is obviously one of the poorer neighborhoods, less money around here. We've also got some, I think these are warehouses back here, or factories, like kind of storage areas. Not really factories, but you get what I mean. So this house, I did not create. I did change it quite a bit on the inside, and I added a little bit on the outside, but the house itself mostly looks the same. It's called the Chaotic Witch Hut, and it is by Thurid666, if you can see that down here. I think that's how you say it. It was actually uploaded only 4 days ago. Wow, so it's pretty new. But I literally just searched witch house most popular on the gallery, and this was one of the first things that came up, and I really liked it. I thought it totally fit with what we were doing, but I did in no way create this, not stealing this. This is where it came from if you want to go get it. I'm not going to upload my version of it just because I think it's a little unfair to the creator to have somebody just kind of change their work and then upload it and get like credit for it in a way. So I'm not going to upload my version at all, but you can see it in here. And what I did was I added a lot of Spooky Day stuff, and then I also changed some things around so it would fit better for our particular family, since originally this house was made for only one sim. So outside, let's go downstairs because it's not going to let me zoom in where I want to, but outside we have these little ghosts in the front yard and some cauldrons, which we can actually turn on, and they have some spooky little ghosts flying around. Pretty cute, pretty witchy, pretty spooky. And then in the backyard, we have this jack-o'-lantern tree thing, which I thought was really cute. And then we have another cauldron lantern thing. We have some more ghosts, and we also have a bunch of gravestones. And you will notice that some of these are fake, and there's actually one that's real in here, and we'll get to that when we get to it. But little something to add. Now, when we go inside, this first floor is very old, very decrepit, very dilapidated. Every word you can think of that means something sort of like that's what this is. So the basic gist of this house is that the people here are not going to be very concerned with it kind of plopping down from the sky, because as far as they know, that's not what happened. This is a house that's been here for as long as anybody can remember. It's kind of a historical landmark that nobody wants to tear it down because it is considered a landmark. Nobody wants to mess with it. They don't want to touch with the inside. It's considered haunted. And every year in October around Halloween and those sort of holidays, people get really excited about it. They dress it up from the outside. Little kids kind of like sneak in, break in, and, you know, scare themselves clueless with all of the spooky stuff that's inside, basically. But that is only the downstairs. Nobody's ever gone upstairs before, and that is because previous to today, these stairs weren't here. There was no way to access the upstairs. And now when whatever happened, which don't worry, all will be revealed in time, when whatever happened to these Sims, these witches, to make them in the present time, these stairs appeared, and so did the upstairs. So from the point of view of the Willow Creek residents, this house only existed as a first floor, and these stairs weren't here. So all of a sudden there's these weird Sims living in here. There's an upstairs, and it's very strange. It's a little weird, but it's not as strange, obviously, as the witches think, where their house just plopped down here and they don't know why. It's in the same area of town that it always has been, but everything around them has changed. Time seemed to move on without them for no reason while they were asleep one night, and even though their house is the same upstairs, the downstairs is all old and looks like hasn't been touched in hundreds and hundreds of years, and they can't understand why. Their rooms, though, if you notice, do not have that much old stuff in them. They are very like old antique-y themed, I guess, but they are not dilapidated like the downstairs. The floors are a little bit. Maybe I'll change that. But the furniture and everything is newer. It doesn't look like it's been sitting there for hundreds of years. It just looks like it's older furniture, if that makes sense. So we do have that sort of strange situation where the top floor doesn't look like it's aged at all, but the bottom floor does. It's a little weird. Don't worry if it doesn't make sense. It'll all be figured out. So we do have, I did not know that this was just kind of in the wall there. That's cool. Well, we do have Elena's room right here, obviously very white, clean, bright, with these huge fancy curtains, this fancy bookshelf and dresser and expensive bed and all that. Very regal, very clean, white. And then in the middle here, of course, I also did forget to mention that Lorelei is the youngest sister, so it goes, Elena's the oldest, and then Aurora is the middle child, and Lorelei is the youngest. Just so we're all clear. And in the middle here, we have Aurora's room, very obviously and strategically situated in between Elena and Lorelei's room, so she's the middle ground, the neutral witch, the middle witch. And her room is kind of chaotic in its like color scheme. She's got like brown walls, blue curtains, a green bed, a gray rug. A little weird, little quirky, but she's weird, she's quirky. And she's got a bit more witchy things in here. She's got some random little potions, some candles, a bunch of old books, huge bookshelf. There's also like lanterns and candles in here, some more books by her bed. And then Lorelei's room, it's kind of hard to see because it's so dark, but that's really how she likes it. For the purpose of showing you what it looks like, I am going to grab a light and just put it in here, and then I'll delete it afterwards. Or you know what, is there a ceiling light I can grab instead? None of them are ceiling lights. Okay, so I'll just grab one from buy mode then, and then I will delete it. All right, there we go. So she has these black spooky stuff walls. She's got her black bed, a lot of candles by her bed, more candles over here, some creepy old books, and weird ingredients for potions that we don't really want to get into. And she does have this bookcase here that's oddly kind of set in the wall, and this will be more important later, possibly later in this part, but for later. And this is actually a secret pass-through to this weird little room over here. I know it's kind of hard to see, but it's just kind of like a weird little crawl space that she has to her own. So if she can't escape necessarily to her room, she can escape back there and be even more alone. There obviously isn't a place to like rest or anything. It's not a comfortable space. It's just a space for her to do what she wants. And she's also got a bookcase back here with some secret books. Let me see if I can get in here. Yeah, with some secret books and boxes and things locked away of stuff that she does not want her sisters to see at all. Obviously, these are very evil things, things that we'll get into later. And she does have a mirror back here, and it's not like a super magical mirror or anything. Unfortunately, we don't have that in The Sims 4, but something you will notice is that in both of her sisters' rooms, they have stand-up full-length mirrors so that they can, see what they look like, they can adjust themselves, whatever. And she kind of shies away from mirrors, or at least she appears to, and then she also has one hidden away, so that might give you a little bit of insight into who she is. I know it's a little confusing, but don't worry about it. If you're confused, we'll get there. Alright, so going into actual live mode, what is happening now? So we are in our house. We have woken up, we've passed a bit of the morning kind of doing inside routine things, but obviously the sisters have noticed something was off as soon as they walked downstairs. All of their stuff is old. Like I said, it's very dilapidated. It's like crumbling. All their furniture, it's like frayed. It looks like moths and bugs have been eating it. It's very strange, and they don't understand why. Elena's a little angry. I'm not sure why she's angry right now. Oh, aggravating conversation. Probably from yelling with Lorelei, but she's also obviously understandably upset that, all of her beautiful things downstairs are kind of ruined and old, and she doesn't understand why. And they have gone outside and obviously seen these weird dressed Sims come in and be like, all right, this is a little weird. Oh, she's gonna calm herself down. Good. Awesome. You do that. So they're not sure what's going on. They don't know. They have tried to use their magic, and they have noticed that it's not really working. And obviously Aurora is very upset about that. I do want her to come out here and finish, not purchasing seeds, finish watering her garden. I also want her to tend to the garden because I think this will be a good way for us to make money. Obviously we don't have a lot right now. We didn't really have anything. Oh, I did not realize this was an actual thing up here. We'll get into the Day of the Dead stuff later. We'll also be doing that in this Let's Play. But, yeah, I do want them, or especially Aurora, but I guess everyone can help out with the garden, because that'll be a good way for us to earn money, since I certainly don't think they'll want to be getting jobs. Now, the welcome wagon did end, but it was basically a bunch of these Sims being like, it's a little weird, the creepy old house at the end of the street is all lit up with lights inside, there's people moving around, let's go see what's going on. And from the point of view of the people that are living in Willow Creek, this probably just seems like some kind of like a setup where, these 3 girls are gonna pretend to be witches and live in this house. It's some kind of like, I don't know, like gig or whatever for Halloween coming up. Cool, whatever, we'll let it happen. They want to go in there, that's fine. The residents have known for a while that it's haunted, or at least like it appears to be haunted, so they're not gonna mess with going inside. They did come in the daytime with all the lights on to come and sort of meet these people, and of course Elena was very welcoming to have them come in, but they're probably not going to be over all the time. We'll have to see how their relationships go. That's not your bed, sweetie. If you're going to cry it out, why don't you cry it out in your bed? She's going to be kind of sad for a while. Aurora is definitely taking this the hardest of all 3 of the sisters. She has a lot of friends and also a lover back in her time, so she's a little upset as to why they've suddenly come through time and can't seem to find a way back, and also can't use their magic. That's something that's very like central to their identities, and it's just something that's gone. But have them trying to find their way back. Elena's kind of just trying to figure out what's going on with the locals right now. She wants to get to know them. She wants to kind of figure out what's going on and learn about where they are and if it really is the same place that they came from before she moves on to trying to get them home. Aurora is a bit too sad right now to kind of think of it at all. She's just kind of wallowing in how upset she is that she's in the situation without trying to fix it. Lorelei, however, does kind of have a plan as to what she thinks she can do in order to get back home, and that plan involves meeting an old acquaintance of hers. In order to do that, though, we're going to have to wait till nightfall, so I'm going to kind of speed through here a little bit. Lorelei is definitely going to be a bit angry with her sisters for letting these strangers in the house. She's going to kind of retreat up to her room, and what can she do up here? I wonder if I let her read, if she'll actually read in her room, or if she'll, like, go back downstairs. Let me see. Why don't you read this random book? Why are you getting it from downstairs? Can you sit on your bed and read? That'd be cool. Come sit. Alright, there she goes. So she's just gonna be alone in her room and read and enjoy being by herself. And we're gonna wait for nighttime so that we can sort of put into progress a little bit of our plan. Now, what are these sisters doing down here? Aurora needs some fun. Unfortunately, though, we don't have, like, TV or anything, and I don't know if we can afford a violin yet, or, like, an instrument at all for her to play, but let's check anyway. We'll go to activities, music. We can get an easel for her to paint. That'd be pretty okay. I'd be okay with that. She is creative after all, and this way she can gain some money from that in order to afford some other pursuits of hers. Do I want the darker one? I want the darker one. Alright, so she's going to come out here. Oh my goodness, we don't even have enough to paint. Great, well there goes that idea. There's got to be something out here we can quickly harvest. Come out here and dig this up. That'll get us enough to do that, and if not, we can fish. Grab these frogs. Aurora is also a very outdoorsy kind of sim. I wanted to give her so many traits, but there's only 3. She very much enjoys being outdoors, being one with nature, kind of exploring. Alright, so now we have enough. Fantastic. She'll do a sad painting. Maybe it'll make her feel better. She could also get into fishing because we do have a spot right here outside the house, which is pretty awesome. Now it's getting to be a little later. Sun's starting to set. Rather than morning, why don't you, let's see, what can we do? Are there people outside we can talk to? Or, you know what? Why doesn't she come out here and kind of explore this tree a little bit? I feel like Sylvan Glade would definitely be an Elena type of place. She can view this tree a bunch of times and talk to it and try to get to know it. Perhaps this tree was something that in her time she knew was sort of a portal to a different kind of world, and she's trying to see if that's still true. So she's gonna have to play around with this a bit. And how's Aurora doing? I want to make sure I sell this. Oh my gosh, what a sad picture. Go ahead and sell it to collector. And then we'll just keep doing sad paintings because I think it makes her feel a little better. And why not? What is this? She wants to get to know Lorelei. Let's also take a look at their relationships really quickly. So, in the house. So she is friends with Elena and Lorelei. Not super close, but friends. Elena is friends with Aurora, but she dislikes Lorelei, unfortunately. Now, even though they do dislike each other, I do want to make it clear that they still love each other. They're still going to support and protect each other. They just don't get along, basically. All right. So let's do a bit more of this. Now that it's dark out, oh, maybe not explore. Maybe let's not do this right now. But she has learned that this is open, which is good, so she'll explore that more in the morning. She really doesn't like being outside at night. She finds that bad things often happen at night, so she doesn't want to venture into that. So she's just going to go to bed. She wakes up very early in the morning anyway, so pretty much as soon as it's dark out, she goes to bed. As soon as it's light out, she wakes up. And let's see, Aurora, chat with Lorelei. Maybe not. Maybe sell this painting. And then just take a bath and go to bed, I guess. I know it's a bit early, but it's been a long, confusing day, and everybody they need to sleep. I like how she can spray the monster under the bed, but there's no children here. Anyway, you know, actually no. Lorelei can sleep while we're waiting for Aurora to get in bed, which should be soon. There we go. All right, now Lorelei, wake up. And get into your everyday. And then, are there any Sims around? This is kind of vital to our plan. We're gonna have to find Sims. We might have to leave the area, unfortunately. Is there anybody we can call over? It's not too late, so they might say yes. Oh, wait. I spy a person. Let's come over here and we'll just give a friendly introduction. Just introduce ourselves. Not really introduce yourself. Just be like, oh, hello, my dear. How are you? You know it's kind of late to be walking alone. Did she disappear? No, she's right here. We also have, who's over here? Jasmine Holiday and Gunther Munch. You know what, actually, let's leave Morgan alone. She's a teen girl. We're gonna go after this guy. So we'll give him a friendly introduction. All right, perfect. And in order for this to work, we're actually gonna need him to come to our house. So we're gonna add him to group and we're gonna come back here. Let's also set these to auto lights because I don't think I did. Auto lights, all lights. There we go. All right, so we'll come back here in the backyard. Where does our lot actually end? Right here, so we'll come here. Definitely got some spooky lighting out here. Very beautiful, and I like how these light up. It's great. All right, go here together. I guess he just didn't run as fast. She's also feeling kind of tense because she's not alone right now, but I'm sure you will be in a second. Just hold on. So she is going to first complain about her problems, kind of monologue a little bit to this guy, vent to him. Obviously, she doesn't care about him or his opinions. She just wants to kind of get out a little bit of her tension, her anger a bit, and then we are going to electrocute him, basically. This is a mod. For those of you who are not aware, you can download this. I'll try to remember to put the link down below, where you can actually kill a sim by tricking them with a hand buzzer, so electrocuting them. And that is exactly what Lorelei has done. And there is a very specific reason for this. There he is. Good old Grim Reaper. That is what we were trying to achieve. We wanted him to come here, and of course we know that the only way to get him here is for a sim to have passed. We're not going to plead for Gunter. Hell no. We don't care if he dies. We do care if there's witnesses, though, and Jasmine Holiday's over here, but we'll just kind of ignore her. That's fine. We can't kill Jasmine Holiday anyway, because she's an NPC, so we'll just kind of forget about that for a bit. Can we ask her to leave since this is technically like our house? No. Alright, whatever. We're just waiting for him to finish his business. We don't want to plead. Just get it over with. There we go. He has been reaped. There are some people coming over, but you know what? Maybe they think it just happened of natural causes. Who knows? Can we not talk to the Reaper? There we go. Pretending like he doesn't know us. How rude. Let's give him a friendly introduction. He's feeling flirty. See, you do know us. You remember us. Let's flirt with him. We also want to talk to him, get to know him. Oh, he's being a little difficult, but basically, did the humans leave? Okay, they're gone. All right, so now we can get down to business. Basically, she has called him here because she wants to know how to get home, and she knows that he knows ways of getting things done that her sisters won't look at. That he is ambitious, exactly. He doesn't let things get in his way. She doesn't let things get in her way. She wants to know how she can find her way home and get back to her life. And the Grim Reaper is basically telling her, oh, well, you know, Halloween is coming up soon, All Hallows Eve, and that is obviously a time when, you can get things to happen that normally couldn't happen. So basically what he's telling her to do, on top of All Hallows Eve coming, there's also a different holiday coming, which is Day of the Dead, which could be potentially helpful to Lorelei and her getting home. So what he's telling her to do basically is, unfortunately, she probably didn't need to kill this guy to get him here to figure this out, but he is going to tell her that she needs to find Jasmine Holiday, and she needs to finish the Day of the Dead challenge, and then he will come and he will give her something that will greatly help her out with getting home. And with that, let me see if I can actually try and flirt with him a little bit, because I really want to try to, even though they're both feeling kind of bored. We'll do a smooth recovery now that we've got their relationship up a little bit. Oh, no, he's leaving. That's cool. All right, so let's put this in our inventory so that way our sisters obviously don't know what happened. This bookcase up here should be locked. Yes, it is. So we'll put him back here. As long as he's not in our way of going to our bookcase and such. So we'll go into buy mode. And kind of just like stick him in the corner back there. Perfect. And now as long as she doesn't like continuously mourn him, we'll be good. So she's going to come up here and go to sleep now. It's about 3 in the morning. She's understandably a little tired. And also, because it is so early, Elena's going to be waking up soon. Like I said, she kind of gets up when the sun gets up. So there we go. We're going to wake up. It's 5:30 in the morning. Go ahead and change into your everyday. All right, and unfortunately there is only one bathroom downstairs, which does kind of stink, but she's just going to take care of her needs. And today, now that it is morning, she is going to travel to Sylvan Glade. And the reason why she wants to go there is because it is a very magical place, or at least it was, when she lived here in Willow Creek previously, when they were back in their original time, I should say. That works a bit better. It was a very magical place. There were a lot of magical things there, and she believes that if she goes, maybe she can find some ingredients for a very powerful spell that could take them back to their home. And obviously, since they don't have their magic, any spells that they try to do themselves, with their own magic, won't work. But perhaps if she goes to a magical place like Sylvan Glade, she'll be able to do that. All right, you need to calm down, Aurora. I know you're so very sad, but you'll get over it, I promise. After a couple days, she'll get used to the situation and she'll be a bit more willing to try to leave versus just kind of wallowing. So we'll have to wait for her to handle that. But as soon as Elena cleans this up, all right, she should be able to explore this. So let's see if I can remember how to get here. Oh, also our book is here. Shoot, let's pick up our book. I don't want to just leave that. And explore. All right. Do I remember this? I should know this down pat by now, but I don't. Faint light is the only glowing light. A rolling bird. Let's follow the sound. Downstream or upstream? Upstream? Okay, so that didn't work. So we'll explore again. So it's downstream, not upstream. Gotcha. So sound. Did I say sound? Downstream. There's gonna be one more, I think. Enter the mist. Travel to the glade. Oh yeah. Do we want to send Elena? Of course we do. And we're gonna go by ourselves. Elena, as the older Sim, the oldest witch, she feels a kind of responsibility to take care of her sisters kind of by herself sometimes. So she's not gonna worry them about this until she knows that it's something that can actually help them. So in terms of what's going on right now here, it's obviously still feels like a very magical place. She can feel the energy buzzing of this place, and she feels that it, it still carries that magical weight. So she's going to look around, see if she can find, some frogs, some magical fish. She would like to, pick some herbs as well, but unfortunately, they're not quite ready yet. They're not fully grown, not able to be harvested. So I love this fog or whatever right here. But so we'll have to come back for that. So she's just gonna fish for a little bit right now, and she's basically confirmed to herself that this is still a magical place where perhaps they could find the key to going home. It's obviously not as magical as it was as she remembers it. I guess that's the best way to put it. But she can still sense that some magic is left here. So that makes her feel a little better. She's going to catch a couple fish, although they all seem pretty normal to her. So she's getting a little concerned, but she also realizes, oh, maybe I just need to level up my skills a bit more. For whatever reason, all my skills seem to have just like escaped me. And also a lot of things that they usually relied on magic for, obviously they can't do now. So we're going to call it quits with just those, and we're going to head back. And I definitely want to make sure that Aurora takes care of the garden and gets that set, and also paints a little more, makes us a little bit more money so that we can afford to not have jobs, because I would rather them not, so I can spend as much time as possible sort of just playing them and doing what I want with them versus them going to jobs. And I could just cheat and give them money, but I don't know. I don't feel right about that. So let's see. Trick with hand buzzer. Gotta make sure we don't do that now. She's basically just trying to make her sister feel a little better. Can we, like, yeah, try to cheer up? That'll help a lot. There we go. Ah, instantly happy. And also an awesome light show. Great. All right, so Aurora, please come back here. And these are a lot of plants. Wow. Did you finish this? Oh, wow. I think she did, except for like 1 or 2 plants. That's great. All right, so come back here and do that. Also, why not harvest these mushrooms and dig up some stuff, try to get some things around town. Aurora is going to be our big money maker, mostly because she's the one that's actually interested in painting and collecting and gardening, and those are all the things that are going to make us money. And also fishing, although I'm going to have Elena come out here and she's going to go fishing to see if she can find perhaps any magical fish over here and see how that works out for her. Because she was searching for magical fish in Sylvan Glade. She didn't really find any, so who knows? Maybe they'll be here, probably not, but she can always check. And in terms of Lorelei, now that she's awake, she does need to do this. So to participate in the challenge, we need to get Jasmine. I don't want to just use my phone because they don't really have cell phones, but she should be around. She was around a lot yesterday. You know what? Let's just call her. We'll just say that she appeared because she was around a lot yesterday. Call Jasmine Holiday. So we need to call her, and I'm fairly certain what needs to happen is that we need to cook a certain dish, offer it as an offering to a tombstone, and then we'll be able to ask people dressed up in Day of the Dead attire for the sugar skulls. First, we do need to get the sugar skull case, which Jasmine will have. So we are listening to the Grim Reaper. We'll ask her about the Day of the Dead. Alright, so the Day of the Dead challenge has arrived for a limited time. Other Sims are already out and about celebrating the occasion. Look around the neighborhood for Sims in vibrantly themed regalia and ask them for a sugar skull. Completing the sugar skull collection allows your own Sims to join the festivities. Simply place the 9 unique sugar skulls inside a sugar skull display case to unlock the Honor the Dead interaction. This interaction rewards your household with a 10th golden skull and enhanced interactions with the Grim Reaper, which is what we want. She has placed a sugar skull display case in your family's inventory. To prefer a different color, you can purchase the case from the storage section. Okay, so we have the case, we have what we need. Oh, I love how she has the little sugar skull logo on the back of her jacket there. That's pretty adorable. But let's see. So we have this one. Is there like a black one? Sugar skull. Insufficient funds. What if we sell ours? There we go. Yeah, we definitely want a black one. What's the difference between this black one and this one? Oh, that's like dark brown. Cool. Yeah, we want it to be black, so it'll blend into everything else in her room. Or should we? No, we should put it back here in our, like, secret area. Perfect. She doesn't want her sisters knowing about it. She obviously doesn't want them to know that she is dealing with the Grim Reaper. Not a very good thing to do. Now, in order to make an offering, it is a special dish we have to cook. I don't know if we can cook it right away or if we need a certain skill. Nope, pan de muerto. There we go. We're going to do it. Just a single serving. And luckily we do have a tombstone that we can make an offering to. We are not going to make an offering to whoever that guy is that we killed last night. But we do have the tomb in the backyard of a very dear sim to us that we're going to be making these offerings to. And it'll also be good in a way because she is going to be celebrating this person in this way. Now, obviously, this is not their culture at all. They're kind of appropriating it a little bit, but for the purpose of getting this challenge done, so you guys can also see how it works, and also creating a way for Miss Lorelei here to get and go with the Grim Reaper. And also, as a good side note, you know, we do get to honor our mother a little bit in a different kind of way. All right, and I just kind of gave away who it was, but oh well. So we will put this in our inventory, and I think we can come over here and give an offering. Leave sugar skull offering. Yeah. So out here, this tombstone, it is our mother, the mother of the 3 girls. Her name was Clara. She did die, unfortunately, when the girls were all teens. They don't know who their father is. They suspect that they each had different fathers because they don't all look similar at all. And also, no, Lorelei was not born green. She became green as she got more evil. Oh, that's actually kind of a sad interaction. She kind of gets on her knees and, like, cries a little bit. Oh. Now, I do know that we have to wait 24 hours now before we do another offering, which is why I'll probably get a couple sugar skulls off camera, or I'll do that a couple times off camera, just so that it's not going to be super repetitive, taking up a lot of what few parts we have with these sisters. So now what should happen is Sims should appear who are wearing Day of the Dead attire, and we can ask them for sugar skulls. I don't know if they'll appear right in our backyard, or if we perhaps need to go somewhere special, or if we just need to wait. I don't know. I don't really see anybody yet, although we literally just did it, so I'm going to calm down a bit. I'm going to have Elena stop doing that. She's actually going to come over here, and she's going to try to make friends. Random person right here, Rachel, why not? Come introduce yourself. Let's see. She wants to introduce herself to 10 Sims and have 3 friends. So why not? Introduce yourself to everybody here. Hello, I am Elena. She doesn't really want to go around spewing that she's a witch, because every time that she did yesterday to the welcome wagon, they all just kind of like laughed at her and like didn't really believe her, and she thought that was kind of odd. So she's just gonna leave it alone, not really say that, just hello, I'm Elena. And you know, of course, all the children are like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty, she's dressed up like a witch, it's so cool. So they're gonna want to talk to her, but let's just try to introduce ourselves to as many of these people as we can. And Lorelei, do we see any Day of the Dead celebrators? No. Again, I don't know if they'll come right to our house, if we'll have to go somewhere special, but oh well. Okay, so what can I do with her? She definitely needs to come harvest these, and we also need to sell everything in her inventory that she has harvested. And I know there's also some stuff over here she can get and collect and all that fun stuff. All right, come on, get these mushrooms. And I still don't really see anyone with the attire yet, but I'm sure they'll show up eventually. Now we need to introduce ourselves to 6 more Sims. She's kind of following through with that right now, or no, she's just kind of talking to these same people. All right, well, let's introduce ourselves. Come on. Friendly introduction. We already know that girl. I think we already know this guy. Nope, friendly introduction. Although he seems to be running away from us rather quickly. It is getting a little later, a little dark out. I'm a bit concerned as to how nobody has really shown up yet wearing Dead of the Day stuff, so we haven't been able to get a sugar skull. I'm sure it'll happen, though. We just have to be a little patient. Oh. Hey, there we go. All right. Lorelei, come over here. Ask for a sugar skull. Perfection. All right, and I believe it only makes 1 person show up. Hopefully he would have come to her house. Otherwise, I don't know if I would have noticed him. So we'll have to... Oh, more people. Can we get multiple sugar skulls? Like, from 1 offering? So we'll get a sugar skull from him. Wait a second. Why would I celebrate the Day of the Dead with a stranger or enemy? Huh. So we have to actually be friendly with them in order to get the skull. Interesting. That's going to make things a little difficult for Lorelei, who's a loner and who's a bit mean. Interesting that the Grim Reaper would want us to do this when he knows that we don't really enjoy other people's company. Maybe he's kind of forcing us to be nice, which I doubt Lorelei likes. No, don't leave. We need to get your sugar skulls. I don't know if we can actually get 2 here. They might only let us get 1 sugar skull per offering, but I'm gonna try like heck to do this anyway. And is this summer holiday from yesterday? Oh, it is. Okay. All right, well, add to group. There we go. So now they won't run away from me. Now let's gossip about neighbors. No, stop trying to leave. Share photos. I should really get going now. No, stop trying to leave. Whatever. Let's just focus on this guy then. 1 at a time. Hopefully we'll go a little bit better. I also want to pause quickly and make sure that Elena's going to bed since it is dark. She's going to want to go to sleep. And Aurora, she can come home and just kind of take care of herself. So use this, take a bath. Also, she needs some food. And then finally she'll go to bed. And when we get home, we'll focus on selling the stuff that she collected today to make that money. But let's focus all of our energy right here for now, trying to get to know this guy. He feels tense, obviously, because we're an evil sim and we look kind of scary and it's nighttime. He's gonna be tense around us for sure. Oh my goodness, another person. All right, well, we just need to try to get a little friendly with him. Now that we're not strangers, let's try asking again, because I don't really want to have to be friends with everybody. Oh, nope. We might have to actually be friends with him. All right, let's just vent, complain about our problems. I think that seemed to work a bit. Ask how his day has been. Oh, he seems to be getting a little bored. He's also tense, which stinks. But we'll try to get this through. It's also hard for Lorelei to be nice. He's feeling happy now, which is great. That'll help quite a bit. But yeah, it's hard for Lorelei to be nice. She doesn't like people. She especially doesn't like random people she doesn't know. She's not going to want to be nice to them. That's not her instinct. Her instinct is to be mean and do whatever she wants. But no, we need to keep being friendly. So I guess this is kind of the challenge part of this, where you have to be nice to everybody and you have to get their relationship up, which makes sense, I guess. But as soon as they are friends, is it James? Is that who it is? James Eastman. All right, not friends yet. Keep going. We're almost there. Friend. Okay, perfect. Ask for Sugar Skull. Come on. Yes. James gave Lorelei a Sugar Skull in celebration of Day of the Dead. Now, hopefully we get a different one every time. It's going to kind of suck if we do all that work and then we get the same one. And also, I think we can only ask one person once. Yeah. She's already been gifted a skull from James. Okay. Cool. Well, do we see anybody randomly in Day of the Dead attire now that we're out here? I don't believe so. I'm gonna do a quick scan anyway, because I don't want to miss out. And I did see a couple more people walk by in Day of the Dead attire while we were talking to James. So at least they'll be kind of around. And let's come up here. So we got Nadia. What a beautiful name. Let's come put this one up here. So we have 1 out of 9. Perfect. We also still have this Buen de Muerto in our inventory, which is interesting because I thought like making it an offering would kind of make it disappear. I guess not. So we'll put it in the fridge and we will come home and kind of take care of ourselves a little bit. She's not quite ready for bed yet, but let's just get ourselves situated. I'm actually going to end this part here. I don't know how long it's been. I feel like it's been a while. Like I said before, the other parts will probably be around 40 to 45 minutes. This one might be a little longer. I think it's going to be about 50-55, just because I did have to go through explaining everything, so there'll be more gameplay in the next parts. I also might do some collecting of sugar skulls off camera so that we're not spending the entirety of this mini-series trying to accomplish that. But we'll see where everything leads. Definitely go ahead and let me know your comments, your suggestions, questions, concerns, all that good stuff in the comments down below. Also, don't be afraid to leave suggestions for things that you want to happen in this mini-series, because even though I have planned it out pretty carefully and I know basically where I want to take things, I am always open to suggestions, open to changing what I'm doing or thinking of doing, and also adding to that would be really fun. So leave all those comments. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed and you want to see more, and I will see you all next time.